listening to the Why Boarding School podcast, broadcasting around the world. Join us as we promote independent boarding schools throughout the United States and Canada with our invited guests. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jeffrey Quebec.
Welcome to the Why Boarding School podcast. I'm Jeff Quebec, and today I'm joined by the Assistant Director of Admission at Andrew Osborne Academy in Willoughby, Ohio, Steph Wismer. Welcome, Steph. It's great to have you here today.
Thanks, Jeff. It's great to be here.
There is certainly a unique history here, as in 1910, the Andrews Institute for Girls was founded. It later became the Andrews School in the early 1980s. Additionally, the Phillips School was founded in 1972 and was renamed Phillips Osborne School in 1992. With the merger of the Andrews School and Phillips Osborne School back in 2007, Andrews Osborne Academy became the coeducational boarding and day school that it is today. Steph, perhaps you can start by giving our audience a brief overview of the number of students at Andrews Osborne Academy, the grades you offer, where the students come from, etc.
Absolutely, Jeff. So here at Andrews Osborne Academy, we have just around 350 students across all the way ranging from preschool through 12th grade and postgraduate. We are also a day and boarding school. So we have 120 students who live with us on campus, representing more than 30 different countries and 10 different U.S. states in a given year, as well as another 220 students who are here as day students living in the local area.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
And what is the academic curriculum like at Andrews Osborne Academy?
It's very expansive. Our goal is to train our students for a global world. So as young as our lower school, we have built-in pieces of our curriculum around public speaking, as well as building a robust knowledge base in all of those core foundational subjects. So that by the time our students reach our upper school, and of course our boarding students join us as early as 7th grade, they are learning a vast knowledge of subjects across English, math, science, social science, and a vast amount of electives.
And can you talk a little bit about the academic support that's offered at Andrews Osborne Academy?
Absolutely. So for our boarding students in our middle school, we have learning support specialists available to them for anything they might need. And in our upper school, we have an academic support coordinator who helps our students manage more of those needy tasks of, I need to work toward making up this assignment, or I need to kind of map out what the success in this particular class looks like. We also do offer tutoring and support services. We have students who have excelled in a class, then serving as a tutor for students who might be struggling or new or approaching mastering a particular topic. Something that I've always been impressed by AOA is our faculty also really are very readily available to our students. So we have that built-in time during the school day for students to seek out additional help and to have those direct connects with their faculty in the evening as well. We do have some faculty fellows living on campus that offer some additional support.
Well, that's great. Those students are able to help one another.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, having that leadership opportunity, I think, is really key. And again, having that be that right person for some students, that right person to help them make that connect in that moment is their teacher. And other times, sometimes it's a peer, someone who can really help make that connect and boost that confidence for them if they're finding some struggle or challenging moments.
It's great for both the students.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a very symbiotic relationship.
Nice. And can you tell me a little bit about the visual and performing arts offerings?
Yes, I've always been proud and impressed by our visual arts program and our arts program. I'm a theater person myself,
okay,
and find that the kinds of productions and the level that our students are producing as early as middle school, they're all getting involved in what we call the middle school musical production, and they're touching every side of that production and piece of art, whether it's being on stage, learning and starting to learn the tech side of a production, and certainly having a hand in some of the design and production elements of the show itself. Where, again, I mentioned about electives. Students can offer a variety of electives. We have a middle school Explore curriculum where they can dive into theater or the arts. Then you see in our upper school students taking things as far as advanced photography, mixed media, ceramics. And while not every student has to be passionate about the arts, what we find here at AOA is our arts instructors are incredibly passionate and really sparking that interest and that excitement in students. So students are regularly achieving awards and accolades at the state level level when we're submitting their artwork and their pieces for in state competitions. We also just recently had 3 students nominated for the Dazzle Awards, which is essentially the state competition for musical theater through Playhouse Square here in Ohio. So we're very proud to see that level of recognition for our arts programs here.
And there's an opportunity for students who have interest in musical instruments?
Yes. So we've got some emerging coursework here. We've seen more and more students be passionate about instruments like guitar that maybe we haven't seen in years past. So we're really responsive with our curriculum. We've got rock band coming on board next year, and some small ensemble courses. We also have a wonderful partnership with the Cleveland Institute of Music. So each year that I've been here, we have at least one student here at the Academy who is taking Andrews Osborne classes in the morning, and then they're transitioning to Cleveland Institute of Music for full-time instruction. So for those students who are really passionate about instrument and looking to pursue that in college and beyond, that level and range is certainly supported here at AOA.
Oh, that's wonderful. Are there any special signature programs that are offered at AOA?
Something I always like to talk about is our humanities-directed STEM program. Again, you do not have to be passionate about STEM to find a home in our programs here at AOA, but having the access to take advanced research methods on campus, to graduate with a distinction in STEM. AOA is part of the National Consortium of STEM and secondary STEM schools, and so for us, that's a signature program that we are proud of. We're also, in general, very, very proud of our Global Scholars Program. So that is a program where students apply and are accepted, and they work toward a capstone project where they focus on a global issue. And again, it's a program where they can graduate with a distinction as a global scholar, something that really helps make a mark on their college application and really continues to expand their worldview here at AOA.
That's great. And Steph, how about athletics? Is every student required to play a sport each season? And also, what are some of the athletic offerings that Andrews Osborne Academy has?
So we have 34 sports teams across our divisions currently, and something we're very proud of, again, is we do not cut for sports at AOA. If you are committed to being a part of a team, you might not be that starting number one in a given position, but if you're committed to being part of a team, we want you to be a part of it. Teamwork has so many benefits in and out of the classroom. So we do have multiple high-performance athletic programs at AOA. Currently, that is our prep basketball and our prep soccer teams. So you can be a very beginning, never swung a golf club before, but you want to try and you want to be a part of a team, all the way to you are ready and excited to play a particular sport in college, and you've got that support to push forward in your athletic pursuits here at AOA.
Nice. It's the Phoenix, right?
Yes, go Phoenix.
Yeah, go Phoenix. That's right. Awesome. Good stuff. So, Steph, what we're going to do is take a quick break. We come back, we're going to continue our conversation talking about Andrews Osborne Academy in Willoughby, Ohio.
Do you have any questions or guests that you'd like to see on an upcoming Why Boarding School podcast? You can contact us directly through our website at whyboardingschool.com. Now, back to our show.
Welcome back to the Why Boarding School podcast. I'm Jeff Quebec, and today I'm joined by the Assistant Director of Admission at Andrews Osborne Academy, Willoughby, Ohio, Steph Wismer. And Steph, could you share with our audience what is a typical school day like at AOA?
Great question, Jeff. So as a boarding school, my day and our day begins at 7:15 with breakfast. Our dining hall has fantastic offerings, 6 different serving stations. I like to joke that is the most dangerous place in the school for me, but the best place in the school for many of our students, especially our very active students. So 7:15 breakfast, school day starts at 8, and our classes run through 3:15 p.m. So they can take as many as 7 different courses here in a given year.
Okay. And how about the evenings?
So right after school, we go right from school to athletic and after-school curricular activities. So whether that's, again, jumping on the field, jumping into our indoor athletic complex or into the auditorium for the next 2 hours. They're very, very busy here on campus. Then they head right to dinner and then to study hall in the houses from 7 to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday night. So we try to make sure that each segment of time is dedicated to really help keep that structure and that support that our students need.
And how about the weekends at Andrews Osborne Academy? What are they like? Are there different events on campus, maybe clubs that meet or activities off campus?
Yeah, we are so lucky in terms of our location as a school. We're only an 8-minute walk from downtown Willoughby, Ohio, which is a very cute, very quaint American town, and only 25 minutes from downtown Cleveland. So that allows us at least 2 to 3 off-campus trips every weekend. And again, we like to have some things on campus as well. But we want to give our students as many opportunities as we can to go to a shopping center, go see a professional sports game, go Cavaliers, go Guardians, go Browns, and go have a chance to see some of the wonderful theater and the wonderful parks that are in our area. So that's a huge priority for us to make sure they get those experiences while they're with us.
So, Steph, you referenced earlier the stations in the dining hall. What are the meals like? Are they served sit-down? Are they served buffet? How does that work? Are they required?
Oh, they're not required for students to attend,
Okay.
but certainly more and more of our students are eating more and more as we see more and more of our students opting for multiple sports in a given year. Got a very active population here. So there's 6 different serving stations. It is buffet style. So you go up, you work your way around the room, you grab what you need or what you're interested in, and if your belly's not full, you go up and grab another plate. Like I said, most dangerous place in the school for me, most excellent place for our students. We love it.
So no one's going hungry at AOA.
No. And if they are, it's because they're teenagers and they're hungry 2 hours after a meal, and that happens as well. But I certainly do not go hungry, and I eat 3 meals a day, usually in the dining hall during the week.
Very nice. And what's dorm life like?
Yeah, so we call them residential houses here,
Okay.
not dormitories. And we've kind of shifted that language because it really feels like a home. Well, each house has 10 to 24 students and 2 live-in house parents. These are faculty, staff members at our school who are there to supervise and support our students and really be those parents away from home for our students. That walk from their front door to campus is 1 to 2 minutes. Depending on how much you're rushing. And again, they've got 9 to 23 new brothers or sisters. And so our houses really are a family environment for them. Every student can expect to have a roommate at AOA. Most of our rooms are double rooms. And they gather as a house community once, if not multiple times a week, to check in with one another, to do chores within the house, to connect on what's coming next, who's got which game, who's going up for a particular challenge, and just making sure that we're staying connected as a house family.
So in addition to the house parents, is there also an advisor system at AOA?
Yeah, so I want to distinguish between 2 roles at AOA, which we both love and cherish. We have faculty fellows. These are teachers and faculty staff members who live on campus, who are assigned strategically to each residential house to be an added mentor and a role model for that house. And that's separate from our advisory system. So every day at AOA starts with homeroom, where students are checking in with their academic advisor, and that person is there to be kind of a compass in the morning, as well as one of those continued support people for them during their time, to check in on how they're doing academically, but also socially, emotionally as well. There's many highs and lows in a given school year for any student, and so having those consistent people, their advisor, their house parents, their faculty fellows, their coaches, are very, very connected as their support team here.
And so, Steph, how are these advisory groups formed? Are they informed by grade or by dorm? Or how does that work? And do you remain with the same advisor during your tenure there, or is it changed from year to year?
Yeah. So this year, our advisory system is based on grade level.
Okay.
And something that I love about AOA is we have tried different systems for different things. Change is something that we're not afraid of. We're a very agile school, and we want to make sure that the system that's in place is the right one for our students. So we've seen a really huge benefit from year to year in having an advisor stay with a given group of students. And so right now, they keep with that same person. That's someone who they're building relationships with. But if that were to change, it would be because we've found a benefit in returning to an original form of mixed grade level advising. There's pros and cons to both, but we are really loving having that same grade level together, being able to work through pieces of our college counseling curriculum together year by year. That's been a great connect for us.
Steph, would you say, is there a typical Andrews Osborne Academy student?
That's a great question. I think speaking tangentially for me, I find that our students tend to be very engaged, very involved, very eager and driven, and also very compassionate and warm, welcoming people. That for me is my profile I've always had in my mind with AOA. When you ask people, how does the AOA community feel? One of those first words they say is welcoming and warm and like family. So a typical student is typically someone who's excited to meet people from across the world and really dive in to challenge themselves in and out of the classroom.
Very nice. Are there any cool traditions at Andrews Osborne Academy that may be unique from other schools? Or, Steph, perhaps there's that one tradition that you hope always remains part of AOA?
That's a hard, stiff competition to choose, but for me, it's our International Week.
Okay.
So that is a week in the spring semester where we're really highlighting our international diversity as our school and our international history as a school. So this is a decades-long tradition in which each day we really focus in on a different aspect of culture and a different region of the world to really, again, highlight that global diversity. Having 120 students from over 30 different countries representing every continent is something that we are so proud of as an institution. The dining hall gets into it, our performing arts department gets into it. You're coming into the dining hall each day and you might be being served a dish that is someone's favorite dish from back home. Our students like to jump in and get involved to help cook some of their favorite recipes in that aspect. We do a dance performance. People are going up to do spoken word, just highlighting a different aspect of their culture. And then we have a cultural dress day as well that's been a cherished tradition of ours. So for me, that is my favorite and one that I don't anticipate will ever change here at AOA.
Seems like a perfect example of AOA being really student-centered.
Yes, very much so. And again, we're proud of it, and we ring it on top of the rooftops.
So is there anything about Andrews Osborne Academy that we didn't discuss today that you'd like to mention?
I think for me, and just coming back to that, the opportunities at AOA are so infinite and vast. For being a small school, like I said, we're incredibly agile. Something that I found is if a student has a passion, we're ready to move mountains to support that passion. We have a student who is currently completing her second year of college on a rugby scholarship.
Wow.
Rugby is not a sport that we offer here at AOA. She chose AOA for our academics and our global diversity when she was here. But we made sure that she was still connected to be able to pursue her sport off campus. And now she's sitting with a full scholarship to college in a sport we don't offer, simply because the AOA staff and faculty made sure that she was supported to really continue to pursue her passions outside the classroom. I think that's a special part of our community, and something, again, possibilities are infinite.
So if someone's interested in Andrews Osborne Academy, how might they go about starting the admissions process?
So they can direct themselves to our website, andrewsosborne.org. There is a button right on that home screen that says Apply Now. They can certainly start that process or complete the standard application online if they're coming as an international student. And that really starts the process for us. That triggers us to get involved, to invite them for an admission interview, and help them through the steps of gathering their application materials and building that profile.
So it's andrewsosborne.org?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Well, Steph, this has been great. I've enjoyed our conversation, learning more about Andrews Osborne Academy and sharing with our audience. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. Thanks, everybody.
Absolutely. Steph Wismer, Assistant Director of Admissions, Andrews Osborne Academy in Willoughby, Ohio.
Thank you for listening to the Why Boarding School podcast. We look forward to you joining us for our next episode. Please remember to subscribe to the Why Boarding School podcast and help us spread the word. Until next time.